So, today we'll be taking a look at Nexus's WWE return story, why Murphy and Aalyah are not coming back, and much more. Let's kick things off with the classic WWE faction, Nexus. It's pretty hard to believe that it's been 11 years since Nexus debuted in WWE. There were a few different versions of Nexus in WWE, but the original version of Nexus consisted of the entire Season 1 cast of NXT, being led by the NXT Season 1 winner, Wade Barrett. Originally, the NXT Season 1 winner was supposed to be the only one that got a WWE contract, so seeing Wade Barrett roll up with the entire NXT Season 1 cast was quite the surprise. Nexus showed up and made a statement by interrupting the main event of Raw, lying John Cena out and ruining the entire Raw set. The group started off really strong. They had a strong anti-WWE feel to themselves, and it seemed like they had a real mission. The group did fall off the tracks a bit later that year, and WWE tried remixing the group and bringing them back several times, but nothing really clicked the way they wanted it to. Some of the former Nexus members did go on to become major superstars. You have Daniel Bryan, Ryback, Darren Young, Wade Barrett, and more big names in Nexus. Besides those few remix versions and CM Punk's version of Nexus, we never really saw an official reunion with the original members. There was a rumor and belief that WWE was planning a Nexus reunion for WrestleMania 36, but the lockdown forced that rumored idea to be abandoned. Well, 1 year later, and the Nexus return idea is back in the news. The idea was brought back by former member Darren Young. He talked about how Wade Barrett just signed with WWE and is a WWE commentator now, so it'll be the perfect situation to jumpstart their return. This is true. Wade Barrett did recently sign a new contract with WWE, but it seems like this is just for commentating duties, as far as we know. But it would be pretty interesting to see a storyline develop where Wade Barrett gets fed up, leaves commentary, and returns with Nexus. It may be a little too repetitive because that's literally what we just saw with all of Retribution. Retribution's members all disappeared and then came back as members of this group. So the whole idea of Barrett leaving commentary to form Nexus again does seem a bit similar to Retribution, but it's still a possibility. Speaking of Retribution, fans think Retribution vs. Nexus would be another dream matchup because these two groups are very similar to each other all around. Nexus feels like they were invading WWE when they first debuted. They were always very anti-WWE from the jump. Retribution, on the other hand, was quite similar. They invaded WWE shows from the start. And if you can take a second to listen to the members, you can easily notice that they're very anti-WWE as well. Arguably, even more anti-WWE than Nexus ever was. So to have these two groups, Retribution and Nexus, collide would be something special. They share the same goal and objective, so they just seem like the perfect opponents for each other. What better return story for Nexus than to go against the new group that shares their same mindset? Do you think WWE should really have Nexus return for a feud with Retribution or another WWE group? Let us know what you think about that WWE return for Nexus. Next up, we have another update on Murphy and Aalyah's absence. Murphy and Aalyah's absence has been in the headlines a lot over the last few weeks because they went from being in the middle of a romance angle to being completely removed from television with no explanation. Well, reports now claim that Murphy is just taking a break and just waiting around for WWE to come up with something for him to do. Originally, it looked like the Mysterio family took Murphy under their wing, but apparently he won't be sticking with them and appearing with them going forward. Murphy will have to wait until something new is written for him. As far as the status of his romance angle with Aalyah Mysterio, that entire storyline remains in absolute limbo. Will they touch on it or ignore it? They can go either way. It's a possibility for them to quietly split them up without making a big scene, similar to Mandy Rose and Otis. WWE was able to quietly split up Mandy Rose and Otis away from each other without actually breaking them up. So, could WWE go the same sort of route with Aalyah and Murphy? Maybe Murphy continues to come out with Aalyah, but the commentators keep reminding us that they're still together. This would be the perfect thing to do because writing it like that leaves it open for Aalyah to return whenever they want and pick up with that Murphy relationship. Maybe they continue to be happy together, or maybe they break up shortly after Aalyah returns. There's a lot of possibilities and routes they could go in with that story. You also have the return of Seth Rollins coming up, which also opens up another possible spot for Murphy to get involved in since he has such a long history with Seth Rollins. So that's a really good spot as well. What are your thoughts on this Murphy update? Celebrities in WWE. It's been the growing discussion over the past few weeks, and more possible celebrities have been added to the list. WWE seems to have Bad Bunny locked up for several more appearances this year. Bad Bunny made another appearance on Raw this week, so that's 2 weeks in a row that Bad Bunny was on Raw, so that was quite the surprise. Celebrities usually make their one appearance and disappear, but Bad Bunny came back to Raw again. They continued his feud with The Miz and John Morrison, and the rumors and speculation of Bad Bunny wrestling The Miz and John Morrison at WrestleMania continue to grow. It definitely seems like a possibility. Don't forget that Cardi B made headlines after she acknowledged WWE's name drop that they made of her on Raw Legends Night. Reports claim that WWE is still very much interested in getting Cardi B involved as well. She's always going to be high on their list of celebrities to bring into WWE. Last time Cardi commented on the situation, she said she'll do it if they cut her a check. Another name added to the list is rapper Bow Wow. He recently got into a long back and forth with Retribution members on Twitter, so everyone is looking at Bow Wow as another possibility. Reports claim what makes these celebrity appearances like Bad Bunny, Cardi B, Bow Wow, and others so possible right now is because there's no tours or anything else going on right now. There's no concerts, no summer tours, and everything is pretty much on hold for the musicians. So they technically do have a lot more free time on their hands. So that does help WWE's case, but will they be able to get these big celebrities to appear? That's a question we have to wait on. Bad Bunny is already going viral for his WWE segments, and if Cardi B ever got into the WWE ring, her segment would go viral instantly as well. Some WWE fans are upset though, because some fans are strongly against the celebrity appearances. They don't like how full-time WWE superstars have to have a feud and a match with a celebrity. So that's where the community is split at. But what are your thoughts on the celebrity appearances? Are they a good thing or a bad thing for the WWE product? What are your thoughts on the possible Nexus WWE return as well? And do you think WWE should give Nexus one big return story, or should the group just stay in the past? Let us know your thoughts on what's going on with Murphy and Aalyah as well. What do you think WWE should do with Murphy? Should they align him with the Mysterio family, or should he just go off on his own? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.